Hi, everybody. Well, you know what? I'm starting to get tired of a certain phrase. And that phrase was, it ruined our cruise. So I'm not going to say this is a case of an entitled cruiser because it's not that big of an issue, but it was the response to it that I kind of got. A passenger recently sailing on the Carnival breeze took to social media and sent a message to John Heald complaining about an issue that happened on her cruise. She said that only one of two of their luggages, their bags, arrived at their stateroom. And they said they didn't think too much of it. Bags get separated when they're loading, etc. But after a few hours, it still had not returned. And then a cabin steward knocked on the door and said that their bag was down at security and they would have to go down and identify it. So they went down to this room that was full of bags that had things in it that were confiscated. And they were asked to identify it, at which point they ran it through the scanner and it identified an item on there that needed checked out. They asked her to open the bag, and what they found was apparently the husband's dive knife, or a knife. She called it a dive knife. Other reports say it was just a knife of some sort, but she was pretty upset with this. She says it was her husband's dive knife, which he inadvertently must have left in his bag from their Cancun trip a few weeks previously. And the crew made them feel like a criminal. He has served in the U.S. Air Force. Carnival made no apology for anything for being treated this way. Mistakes happen, and embarrassing paying customers. It ruined the first day of our cruise completely. Just saying. Really? They find a weapon, a knife, a banned item in your bag. And what did they say? Oh, are you planning to attack somebody with this knife? What's your plans to do with this knife? Is that what they were saying? Or were they just running something through a scanner and then confiscating your knife? Let's be honest. The reason they were treating you like a criminal is because you put a banned item that can be charged for bringing banned items, weapons of any kind, onto cruise ships. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Mistakes do happen. But to go into social media and say the first half of our cruise was ruined. Ruined? Because you had to go down to security, identify your bag, which you had something in it that shouldn't have been there, and they confiscated it. Oh, the horror. Oh, the horror. I mean, come on. Have we really gotten to that point where the cruise lines, even when you're at fault, you blame the cruise line? And like I said, I'm so tired now of that. It ruined our cruise. You know what ruins your cruise? If the cruise line makes a mistake and you can't board the cruise ship. That would ruin your cruise. Or you get into a cabin and it smells and it's stinky and there's no other cabin to get into because there's some kind of problem with the sewage. That can ruin your cruise, right? Those kind of things can ruin your cruise. The ship running, all of a sudden everybody's sick on your cruise and you come down with norovirus. That can ruin your cruise. But the horror, the absolute embarrassing miscarriage of justice, that you actually had to go down into the luggage department with security and scan a bag that had an illegal item in it. Wow. Oh, I feel so sorry. So sorry. Whoa. If I were you, I'd be contacting my lawyer. In case you didn't understand, the tongue is firmly planted in cheek on that last statement.